It's a Sunday morning, and you are going for a walk, but suddenly, you look at the sky and see the clouds, looking a little bit different than usual, and they look like something coming from outer space. These clouds are called lenticular clouds. Lenticular clouds usually form when moist stable air flows over a mountain, a hill, or even a tall building. Under certain conditions, moisture in the air may condense, forming lenticular clouds. What's interesting about lenticular clouds is they don't move, but rather stay in the same place. Now, imagine you are in Queensland, and you spot an even more bizarre type of cloud that take the shape of a pipeline. This type of cloud is called the morning glory. Morning glory can be up to 1,000 kilometers long and 1 to 2 kilometers high. This magnificent phenomenon forms when two breezes meet. One is moist air from the sea, and the other is drier air. This phenomenon is very rare, and it doesn't only occur in Australia, but it can be observed elsewhere. Enough of clouds. Have you ever seen a walking stone? In Death Valley, Eastern California, the hottest place on Earth, you can see trails of movement behind the stones, as if the stones were moving. But what caused the stones to move? Well, it's definitely not because of the heat. This phenomenon is called sailing stones. And it occurs in winter when it rains. The rain forms a small pond that can freeze overnight and melt the next day, creating a muddy surface. This allows strong winds to push even heavy rocks, leaving tracks behind them. And because it doesn't rain every winter, it's difficult to catch the stones in action. You're sitting at home watching the night sky. Suddenly, lights appear in the sky. Don't worry, it's not an alien invasion. It's called earthquake lights, and it could be an early warning sign that an earthquake is approaching. The appearance of the lights don't stick to one form or color. They can take any form and any color, and can last for a few seconds to several minutes. But what caused the lights? And what's the connection between lights and an earthquake? Scientists believe that lights appear at the same time as landslides. It could be caused by fracturing, friction, or chemical reactions within the rock. It is possible that rocks produce light when grinding against one another during an earthquake. However, we don't know whether landslides alone are responsible. Some scientists believe that an earthquake may cause chemical bonds in rocks to break, and the oxygen to ionize. These ions escape the rocks into the atmosphere, emitting light. The lights can occur minutes, hours, or even days before the earthquake. Which means, you may have a few minutes to go to a safe place when you see them. When the night is dark and the temperature is near freezing, stunning beams of light may be seen, stretching up into the sky. This phenomenon is called light pillars. They can be spotted in different parts of the world and can take any color. When the weather is extremely cold and calm, ice crystals can form and remain suspended in the atmosphere near the surface. These ice crystals reflect city lights, creating these beautiful, colorful pillars. Light pillars can only form when the temperature is below zero and there's no wind. On a very high altitude, snow can take the form of tall thin blades of hardened ice. It can grow up to several meters high. They are called penitents, and they orient towards the direction of the sun. Penitents are formed when the sun's rays turn snow into water vapor without melting it first. This process is called sublimation. Penitents are a common sight in the regions between Argentina and Chile. But it can happen anywhere and on any latitude. Have you ever seen red rain fall from the sky? This is called blood rain, and no, it's not actually blood. When strong winds whip up dust, it can get caught up in the clouds, where it mixes up with water droplets. When rain falls, raindrops may appear red. And after it dries off, it can leave a thin layer of red dust. This phenomenon doesn't happen often, because red dust need to be in high concentrations in the clouds.